Yo, what is up, guys? We're finally back. I didn't upload over the weekend when the chapter came out. I was just super busy. But I'm excited to get back and enjoying One Piece with you guys. We're on nine or not 19. We're 1171, and it is called Ragnir. Okay, all right. I'm excited to see. Okay, we got a Zoro cover story. Cover request by Reverse Kitten. I think that's just a puppy. A cat putting cat ears on Zoro, and that's literally me if somebody tried to put cat ears on me. Okay, we're at Ragnir. The wake of the fierce battle at Quest Castle. If Harold left the castle in that state, he would have brought great calamity to the world. This is true. Scopper knows what's up. I had a taste of that hopeless future during the fight. No matter how badly we wounded him, his body kept repairing itself. It's shocking to think something actually stopped him. We have Yrule. We have Ja Rule with the sword through the head. Did you know this sacred treasure would be that powerful, Ja Rule? No, I actually knew nothing about it. All I know is I get chills down my spine when I imagine what would have happened if Loki hadn't been here today. How does he not know anything about it? That's a little whack. We have Shanks with the little ellipses. When I join the Gods Knights, it'll be a new dawn for Elbaf. And I think, and then is that Garling? If you have any wish, simply name it and it will be within your reach. You've truly endured a miserable, squalid life until now, my poor child. This is Shanks thinking back to Harold's talk with him. Forget your former life on the surface. The commoners down there don't even count as people. And there's a pang in Shanks's arm, presumably where the tattoo is. And Scopper says, "Hey, Shanks, stop it. That's a bad habit. You should never resent the circumstances of your birth. Why did Harold have to die? He was such a pure soul. If only I had been faster. This isn't your fault. Listen, Shanks, you're here for a reason. Everyone's life has some meaning to it. You just gotta hold on." And then we have Loki. Oh my god, this was so terrible. Is this what happens when you love your country too much? This sucks. Harold's dead. We're back at Marijois. He was a rare ancient giant enhanced with even more power and an undying body. Those traits made him a true monster, and yet he was still killed? Who could have? Is something unforeseen lurking on Elbaf? We have the Elder Stars. We should have the Abyss pentagram carved by Harold inspected. That shall not be necessary. It would only result in the death of another knight. Every covenant comes with a price to be paid, even for Mu. Okay. Guys, is Emu just a shadow? Like at this point, like like this is the longest silhouetted character we've ever seen. And the stuff that happened with him and Sabo makes me feel like he could be like a shadow demon. Like I don't know, there's something weird going on. There's some weird relation, I think pretty obviously, and maybe people have said this and I'm like the last one to jump on the bandwagon. I don't know, but there's a weird relation between Emu's powers, whatever they are, and Blackbeard's powers. Also whatever they are, right? Because Blackbeard isn't a Logia. He cannot become intangible. And so like Luffy, I feel like it's pretty apparent that Blackbeard also has some form of mythical Zoan or ancient Zoan. It is, I feel like it has to be some kind of Zoan. Anyway, let's continue. Saturn says he had no qualms about lowering his head to appease humans. All he ever sought was communion with other nations and peoples. Harold was a total aberration, and yet he was born with the blood of those savage, battle loving giants. Had we admitted him into the government flippantly, his very presence might have destroyed it from within. That's interesting. Elbaf should never have known a king of his disposition. Forging a covenant with a cooperative ancient giant like him was an unprecedented opportunity. This disappointing outcome proves that history does not lie. We were always going to be incompatible. Never forget, Elbaf is of the D. Yeah, I mean, naturally. Loki, after this, the country will be in disarray. I'm heading out to sea, old timer. I'll take the surviving soldiers with me. What about Harold's final request? Tell the people of Elbaf what happened here. There's no way I can tell them the truth. Just drop it, all of you. Don't speak a word of what happened here today. If we say nothing, who do you think they'll blame for all of this? It'll be the same as always. Say I were to become king, can you see me actually honoring father's ideals? I can only tackle this in my own way. With this ability, I'll settle the regrets of the old man and his soldiers. And Loki just becomes more interesting by the chapter. I love this. Don't be stupid, Loki. The world government is a big organization. It won't be as easy as you think. And Shanks and Scopper are contemplating. Something big happened. Quest Castle was attacked. Your Highness. After that, I set out to sea. Howardin. After that, I set out to sea. Howard, and by the time you guys returned to the island, everyone had already dubbed me Loki the Patricide. And I made no effort to correct that narrative. But, oh, we're jumping back. We're finally jumping back. It's not like I was crazy enough to brag about killing him either. I just didn't want everything he stood for to be dismissed because of how things turned out. With all that in mind, do you really think I should have told the people everything? He's telling the truth, Howardin. Get it already? I really don't want to relive all this crap. Elder Yarul always opposed always a Elder Yarul always opposed to your execution. I can understand why you chose to keep this secret. Father choosing death in the face of the government's manipulation. The world government has been our enemy all this time. I wonder what did they do to Father? Indeed, and now they've sent more knights to Elbaf, some with deep ties to Harold. Even Loki doesn't know all the details about Harold's dealings in the Holy Land. I can fill you in if you want. That won't be necessary for now, Yasan. We need no further reason to protect our country. I'm so happy to see the boys together again. Oh man, I forgot how much I miss Luffy, Sanji, and Zoro. This is great. And Gerd. Anyway, Loki, it seems we both feel the same way about Father. I'm sorry for everything. For the sake of Elbaf, let's make a stand together. And he's like, gets the chains taken off. And Luffy, whoa, that's great, Loki. You can fight now. We get a monstrous roar in the distance. Huh? Oh, we got the giant skeletons from Killingham. The giant nightmares. That's one of the monsters that was rampaging up there. Where's Chopper? Chopper's here? Okay. Sorry. I guess easily forgettable. I swear he was running after to try to find a way to harm the knights and by proxy, I guess, talk to Scopper, but okay. We don't need to know how he got there. They've got a ton of creatures running wild. Where did they come from? Isn't that a Draugr? I never thought those were real. This'll be a good warm up. Go on ahead. I'll just jump up. What in the world is that? What's going on up there? Hurry it up, Haruden. Hey, Loki. We admit we prejudged you when we called you a king slaying piece of crap. Yeah, it might be slightly judgmental. We're really sorry, but this doesn't undo all the other things you've done. Shut up and go already. I don't need to hear you guys yap. Loki is ironically not a yapper. He doesn't like yappers, even though he just yapped. Ah, this is the best. I can move. It's so freeing. Do we see Loki's power? Dude, please tell me we do. Chopper, Scopper, Chopper, Scopper. Hey, Doc, I know you want to take care of me here, but I'm worried about my son up there. Yeah, you make a good point. Be careful, Sanji. I've got it. Weren't you two gonna stay behind? What are you still doing here? I'm dying to see you fight. All right, let's show him. All right, let's show him your power, Ragnar. And he leaps up. Huge Ragnar. Niflheim. And just freezes him solid, the giant Draugr. A chilling attack. Luffy's very surprised. What? And that ends the chapter. Damn. What do you guys think? I'm initially, we'll have to wait and see. I don't want to be prejudgmental to Loki. He's had enough of that. But this seems a little underwhelming, if I'm being honest. It's just the first attack, but I did expect a little bit more. I mean, didn't he do some like fire and lightning stuff to the tree like a bunch of chapters ago? Like, is it like an all encompassing elemental thing? And he just so happened to use ice in this instant? Maybe I'm misremembering, but I thought Loki caused that fiery, lightningy explosion. And like, I'm presuming Luffy is saying what? Very exclamatory, with a lot of exclamation. But I don't know. Is that? I feel like something else is going on, or is he just that surprised that he froze the giant Draugr solid? I don't know. I mean, the Draugr is massive. The AOE of Ragnar and Niflheim is insane. This Draugr is the size of a mountain. And to instantly do that is pretty crazy. I will grant you that. But, you know, he got frozen solid in a, I don't know, in an icy wilderness. I wanted something a little bit more. I wanted to see uh his like Fenrir transformation from like the last chapter where he had like the silhouetted like shadowed like dog ears and stuff. I wanted to see that. And I wanted to, I guess that's what I wanted to see. I wanted to see a badass panel of him in like full Zoan form or something. But then I wonder too, like, there's something strange, again, another strange relationship between the hammer itself and the little squirrel homie and the devil fruit. There's a very strange relationship there. So I'm interested to see what that is. Like, you know, did a weird mythical squirrel eat the Ragnar hammer fruit or vice versa? And what is Loki's fruit itself? So I guess to rephrase, this isn't really Loki's power, this is just the power of the hammer, I would guess, right? Because of that shadowy dog-like wolf silhouette we saw. So I'm super, super hyped to see, that full, double page spread, like Loki moment that I feel like we're due to have. And we have a break next week. So I'm a little sad about that. But this was a solid chapter. I'm glad, like God Valley was hype. Dragon, I'm still a Dragon stan, but like, damn, he really didn't do a whole lot. And also, I know people were kind of pissed at Garp because it's like, oh, you let your son go, but you couldn't let Ace go. That's whatever. I don't know. I think Ace had to die for Luffy's sake, unfortunately, and clearly for the sake of the larger narrative, Dragon had to get out. But this was cool. I'm glad we wrapped this up. And I'm interested to see like the pain that Shanks is like experiencing with his abyss mark, or his abyss pentagram. Got a lot of dialogue from Emu too. So that was pretty neat. Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot to discuss here. Um but I'm interested to see what you guys think. How was it, coming back after the winter break, the New Year's break? And what do you think about Ragnir's power? What do you think about Loki's devil fruit power? How are they connected? I'm really interested to see what you guys have to say about that. Um, yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next chapter in 2 weeks, hopefully at the normal time on Saturday afternoon. So I'll see you guys then. Peace.